Hey everybody, welcome to the nightly vid. We saw a 2-2 on a Tuesday with the SPY, and we had a lot of evidence for that to happen. When those 2-2s broke, we're going to see on the new scanner we've been working on for you guys that we had, pulling it up here, you see we had about 60% of the indexes breaking to the upside with pretty much the same numbers across the whole market. A little bit strength in the cyclicals, real estate's in the morning, and then non-cyclicals, some financials, and then the rest were about 50%. This told us it was a rally. Right? We knew that within first hour of the day. Honestly, it's like right at the open, we knew that. So what do? Well, you buy it, 2-2 on a Tuesday, and we consider that still good given no reversal against. We're looking for this PMG to play out to go triangle back up. If we go to the Qs, you're going to see the same thing. Rev strat on a Tuesday, simultaneous break with the whole market. That's still good. We're going outside week, pivot machine gun. Dow Jones, see the 2-2 on a Tuesday. That's still good. Looking for the outside week, pivot machine gun. IBM, a little bit different here, but looking for the outside week as well. And it has been the weakest of the bunch, so we haven't been focusing on that much. That being said, we'll see in the after hours. We turn those on for you here. SPY is gapping up, so all of our swings, awesome. Right, all the way through all these guys, and hopefully we open higher and then keep going higher. Take this stuff out. And that's going to be a nice, pretty payday in the morning as long as we stay up there. That being said, what we'd like to do is just take a look at other stuff that's doing the same thing. So we go to Tesla. 2-2 day, if that follows through, you're going to get the PMG of these guys. We go to the chips. It's going to be kind of across the board. They were a little weaker today, so they weren't really the main focus of the market, but those did 2-2 on a Tuesday. AVGO is going. LRCX is going, and it should be gapping up. We do have earnings Wednesday, so I'll be aware of that. I'm not sure if they're at night. They are. So we'll have that to worry about with the chips, see if they confirm and negate. AMD a little bit, right? Just wasn't as active in the semis today. Marvell, a little bit as well. If it follows through, you got a PMG. MU, you see a little bit stronger in there. Follows through, you get the rev strat week with the PMG day. So we'll be watching those chips. Tech, it's going to look very similar. XLK, which is going to tell you things like Apple. Potentially the outside week to the upside in Apple. We go to Microsoft, same thing. PMG to the upside if that follows through. Meta, also reverse back up. Potentially rev strat week if that follows through. So got all the big boys going. If we go to the discretionary, which is your XLY, it's going to include your Amazon, which you'll see went 2-2. It did come back a little bit, but could become rev strat week as well. So a lot of those big 7 names for sure starting to move. We didn't look at Google yet, but it looks the exact same there. You'll see the 2-2 on a Tuesday, potential outside week. Outside of that, we have the strat attack. Dollar General, 2 up to start the week. Inside week signal to the upside. Continuation on the month with a 3-2 quarter off the bottom of a really big triangle in here. So maybe Dollar General comes back from the dead, and they've been around, so up there, right? 265. If that works on the quarter, that's where you're going. We'd have initial targets going back in to nearby pivots here, and then we'll see. Right? Dollar Tree. You see the quarter to the upside. On a 6-month chart, you're still inside. If you look at like a 2-month chart, you got an outside bar on a monthly basis. 2-month to the upside. You will see the week follows through. We have this 2 up to start the week. So strat attack in the Dollar General, Dollar Tree. We go to sorry, I'm having a mental blank here. Financials. There it is. They also went 2-2 on a Tuesday. Potential. You see rev outside week. So not a rev strat in here, but we do have some rev strats in financials. Triangles look like this, so they have been higher. We can start coming back through these guys. It tells you Morgan Stanley. 2-2 on a Tuesday. See if we follow through for the rev strat week and setting up the monthly hammers, which all of this stuff is pretty much setting up the month hammer. I forgot to mention. Goldman Sachs. You see 2-2 on a Tuesday. triggers the week inside and up. So you got the rest of the week, setting up the monthly hammer. We go to Citigroup, still an inside week. We go to Bank of America, still an inside week, but it is firming up. So we'll see if those are strong enough to set up those monthly hammers as we get into the month, but that is what we're seeing. Sorry, that is what we're seeing. Outside of that, we did see Staples 2-2 on a Tuesday. Didn't really go anywhere, but takes last week's highs, confirming the 2-2s from last week's weekend vid. And setting up the monthly hammer. Tells you Coca-Cola, the outside month hammer. 3-2 on the quarter. Still's got 2 months on that. And you'll see just confirming. So strat attack there. It is exhaustion risk. We'll be aware of that. Pepsi, which has earnings later this week, so we'll wait and see. Clorox, you'll see at the 2-2 on a Tuesday. Potentially the inside week and up in the Staples, maybe sets up the monthly hammer. And it would be a higher low in the month, so maybe the monthly hammer pivot machine gun in Clorox. And it has been up much higher. So if we get the higher low in here, all the way through these guys. Sorry, I'm trying to think. Outside of that, there's not too much else I want to be tracking. You could be tracking utilities. They did 2-2 on the day today. You see the higher low in here, so potentially those higher highs up and left. The standard duck, AEP 2-2, WEC, Dominion, all these guys firming back up in the utilities. And really, it's like, I got the whole market doing it. So you're going to have a lot, and that's kind of the gist of what I'd like to go through here today. Now, we'll see who's going to confirm or negate. We have the sector stats here, and you can see it's like 85%, 84% SPY NASDAQ. They bought everything today. It's the whole market. So we knew. Now, we can just go and look for the inside bars. These will confirm or negate what happened today. So we will see Citigroup's in there, and we'll start going through this list. Put it on my bigger screen here. And what I like to do is ATR greater than or equal to 3. That'll help me out. Concerning the bigger movers, right? And what a lot of people do is greater than or equal to 5 to get the really big movers. Citigroup. Actually, it looks like this setup is incorrect. So give me 1 second. The quick filter was wrong. Here it is. All right. Here it is. So PLTR. See the inside day does like to move. Here's your daily triangle. Could become the PMG to the upside. It is setting up the outside month for next month. And it is still green on the year, unlike the SPY and the Qs. So still got buyers in there. Dash in the tech. See inside day, maybe a 2-1-2 reversal all through these guys pivot machine gun. You could take literally all these guys out tomorrow. They are strong. You'd cause a rev strat week, setting up the 2 month or maybe a 3. Right? The PMG speeds things up. So whenever you see a chart where you got pivot, 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 all the way up through here, could take them all out in one go. We'll see snow in there in the tech. It is a little bit weaker, but could become the rev strat month as well at the inside day, and also has some PMG to come back through. But I really do like Dash and PLTR for tomorrow. Reduce the ATR to 3 to see what we have. Smaller ATR lists. Could have Pan W in there in the tech, but PLTR, Dash, you could throw Pan W in there if you like. And looks like CMG. Look at that. Oh yeah, all these guys. So PLTR, Dash, CMG, Pan W. Some of your bigger movers. Um, Now let's take a look and we'll see, is there any 3-1s specifically that we may want to know about in here? There's a lot of interesting names in here, just nothing that is something we're normally trading besides PLTR with the 1-3-1. So nothing new. Last thing we can take a look at is 2 down in green. It looks like we don't have really any 2 down hammers that are showing up besides GD. So 2-2 list. Love GD in there. And forgive me, I'm a little bit slow. We're just testing out the new scanner of KMB in the Gapper universe. With the gap down by KMB. GD shows up in there. Cool. So I did figure out how to do that. We'll have T-Mobile, which we can add to the inside day list, which is going to tell you Verizon and AT&T. AT&T, Verizon is on the Gapper universe. We'll have UNH on the Gapper universe as well. Potentially a 2-2 on a Wednesday. Take a look and see if we have any rev strats specifically, or 3-2-2 specifically. And for those of you that are using the scanner and you're like, how are you looking for these? Because we do have a weird thing going on with the setups. All I'm doing is I'm setup. You see I'm in setup mode, and this allows you to scan for 1-2 down, 3-2 down. And then if I sort that by a change being positive, it will give me anything 2 down but really green or slightly green, which these are going to be all your hammers. So that's a one way around it at this point. And if you're wondering about the scanner, go to learnthestrat.stratalerts.com/learnstrat. And this is the email list. We're going to be sending out the invite to the scanner when it goes public. So your first and last name in there. It must be your legal name for data, live market data reasons. And make sure you have your email and your state. You do not have to include your phone number if you do not want to. But let's get back to scanning. Doesn't look like there's any 1-2 downs besides STNG and the energy, which probably won't be much tomorrow. Let's see. Hymns. No setup. CF. We'll add that to the list. 3-2-2 setting up. All right. So that looks like that's about all we got here. This is going to be your signals and setups into tomorrow that we've got highlighted, and really the whole market's going to be a potential continuation, and we'll have gaps up tomorrow. So just be aware of that. If we do gap up and start selling them off, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the scanner, and you go to the scanner. If we gap up and sell, and you go like this, current candle at 2 down. So you go like this. I'll actually clear all setups, but you're going to want current candle a 2 down. And ideally, you want to be below the weekly open. So you want full time frame continuity true. So all of these tomorrow morning, if we gap up, this is where you want to be short right away. And if you're looking for those short setups the night before, you could look at the inside day lists, right, and see where those are opening up. Look at anything that was 2 up today and is gapping down on the gap down lists, which we cannot provide here yet. But that would be the game plan. Everything gaps up, look at the gaps down first, and then we'll disseminate the gaps up, looking for your 30, 60 simultaneous breaks across the market. That being said, that's all I've got for you guys tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys bright and early in the morning if you're in stat trading, and if you're not, visit the link below, stratalerts.ai, and join. We're going to have some really fun stuff going on this week. It's a good week to join. Adios. Have a good rest of your night.